Okay, welcome back. So, part one, we talked about why Rebreather, the project. Part two, we talked about the difference between PSCR and CCR, and then of course why we chose to go into the MX and the MCCR, the pure MCCR. And in version 3, we talked a lot about the philosophy of diving. Now in part 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we integrate this Rebreather into our Z system. Okay, so let's start out with our drive gases and our decompression gases. Like I said, we always dive standardized mixes. So this is 1070, 120 meter, 400 foot bottle. We still use QC6, as you can see, standard QC6. Everything's done in the standard way that you would dive open circuit. So there's no changes. Again, if I want to go side mount diving, back mount diving, and use this as a stage bottle, it's 100% the same. MX, open circuit, back or side, 100% the same. Compatible, scalable, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. Consistent, I kill it with a million names. The point is, we don't change anything. The decompression gases and selection, exactly the same. Oxygen, nitrox 50, 21 meter, 36 meter bottle or 120 foot bottle, 35, 34, excuse me, 35, 25. 35 being oxygen, 25 being helium. 57 meter bottle, as you can see, standardized. Everything's standardized. 57 meter bottle, 190 foot bottle, 21, 35. So same standard mixes. Very important. Same first stage configuration. So I can use it. Back mount, stage diving, deco bottles, side mount diving, Rebreather diving. Nothing special. Guys, this is really important to understand. No special bottles needed. No special first stages needed. No special hoses needed. You want to keep everything consistent, compatible, scalable, interchangeable, because that's the kind of diving I do. I don't want to have special things for special things. You understand? It needs to be simple. One first stage, all my diving. Okay, Z system, as I said. The only thing I'm going to do differently on the Z system is I'm going to remove my necklace regulator because I've got a BOV. Okay? I'm going to remove my QC6 and I'm going to add my diluent injection on the right side, and I'm going to add the diluent injector on my left side. So that takes me about 10 seconds to add. And what I'm going to do differently here is on the back of the Alpha Delta, I'm going to add a set of tank straps. The STA is built in, as you can see. Alpha Delta, the STA is built in. So the nice part is I just simply attach the Rebreather right to this. Yes, I know you could attach a single tank and go back mount diving. That's the point. Alpha Delta is a back mount diving wing and a side mount diving wing. Your choice. I keep the manifold. That way I can use the distribution block to my advantage. With the manifold, the way you think of it is right side primary, left side backup. So on the Rebreather, left would be input, backup input. Dry suit if you needed it. And BOV, bailout valve. Right would be your primary. Long hose as usual. You still got open circuit donatable. Long hose as usual. Input, diluent input, and your diluent fill. Okay, so it's really important. Right and left, primary, secondary. Of course, here's your oxygen addition. It's just a real simple. Go straight into the camera. Now, once you've got that done, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to add your counter lugs. And what you'll notice is that the wing is actually cut for the counter lugs to be included. The counter lugs we like are the over the shoulder back counter lugs like this. So the over the shoulder counter lugs like this have given me the best breathing characteristics ever. So what you notice is something like the Kiss, we had to plug the original counterlung holes. So we don't like those. And we use over-the-shoulder counterlungs. They also include the water trap right there, which I really like, because it's a T and it's got a water discharge, a water trap, as well as OPV. So again, we can eliminate the OPV on the Kiss unit. So what I like about that is that we've basically eliminated and integrated the counterlung into the side mount, or into the back plate, so to speak, or the wings. That means that the canister is now side mountable and removable. So when I'm diving this, I can actually remove this canister and I can push it through little squeezes and things like that later in bigger style diving. So it makes the canister independent, but it also makes the breathing resistance independent of the canister. So I didn't like the breathing loop or the counterlung in a canister, like some units like RB80, because you have to change where the canister is, changes the way it breathes. It doesn't breathe very well. In this system, the counterlungs are attached always over the shoulder, always the same place, so they're always easy to breathe. Very, very easy. Of course, the way the loop works is it goes from left to right. So when you exhale, any water intrusion will go to the right, hit the T, and end up in the right counterlung. So you want the water trap right counterlung. So you'll notice that we're simply going to attach the counterlung. Very easily attaches. Takes about 10 seconds, and you've got your counterlungs installed, as you can see. So everything, like I said, is designed to work with the system. And so when you'll notice that when I'm wearing this and I put this on, you will see how it's cut to fit into the Alpha Delta. The Alpha Delta is shaped to accommodate the counterlung. Okay? So that's the counterlung addition. Very simple. And of course you would do the other side, very simple as well. You do exactly the same. So those are now incorporated. And again, super simple to set up. So if I wanted to remove them, it takes me about 10 seconds to remove and clean. That's the only things I really need to clean on the counterlung. So cleaning this system is as simple as removing these counterlungs and you're done. Washing them, of course, and sanitizing them. That's all you got to do. It takes about 2 seconds. Alright, at that point, I'm going to ignore all the tests that you normally do, but you would, of course, test the valves, blah blah blah. We're just going to jump right in. I'm going to attach the breathing loop. The breathing loop attaches very easily. It's got these T's and they attach. And of course, remember this is the exhalation side, so we're going to connect the O2 or inject the O2 as far as possible away we can. Okay? And on the other side, where you inhale from, will be the diluent. So obviously the diluent will inhale closest to you. So we attach the diluent. So you can see the idea being is that when you inhale, you're inhaling diluent closest to you, and when you exhale, you're injecting O2 furthest from you. Okay? And last but not least, of course, your bailout, your BOV, that actually comes from the left side of the Z manifold. So again, you leave the Z manifold, you can isolate left and right for redundancy, and there's a lot of theory that goes into that. But the idea being is when you input here into the left side, your bailout is on the left, and so you actually have your left tank and your right tank if you want for bailout from the left side. So easy breezy. But last but not least, you're going to attach the rebreather itself. And there is just a simple tank imagine. Tank strap system. And wham, attached. Now, of course, the breathing loop. I still have my plugs in. And again, now your rebreather is attached. I love the Shearwater electronics on this because we have the basic wrist unit on a Fisher cable, really nice and simple. So it's basically kept in gauge or bottom mode and reads the O2 of the cells. It's gauge mode. There's no decompression software or anything like that. We don't need any of that stuff because we do everything from decompression to fly, and that's worn on the right wrist. So that I just clip to my right side while I'm setting up. And then of course we have a regular HUD, and the HUD is worn on the left side or shown from the left side so that you know which side the gas is coming from. So you see the HUD reading and you know that's the last reading. And I just attach the little HUD box here. And of course the actual HUD itself gets attached by magnets up here, which used to be there. Magnet thing. And that's it. So you can see, even in this video, in less than 3 or 4 minutes, I was able to actually set up my rebreather and get it ready. And you can notice that I like this because you can simply climb in like this. You don't have to deal with that loop. Those of us that dive rebreathers know that dealing with that loop can be somewhat of a pain, yes? But real simple. So hop in. Long hose as usual, and that gets tucked in. Of course, this is set for a dry suit, so it's a bit big for me when I'm ready to talk. And then ultimately, the breathing attaches. So you can see, really nice and clean, fast, quick, an easy system. Alright, so small, low profile, very compact, very light. What I'm always amazed by is just how light the system is. We're looking at about, right now I think it's about 6 or 7 kilos with the back plate, which is right around 15 pounds, including the 5-pound back plate. So it's a very, very light, small compact system. Alright, and away you go. When we come back from part 5 of this, I'm just going to walk through a little bit about how we add the gases and so on and so on and so on, and what the theory behind the